It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Bears and the reigning AFC champs, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here come the Bengals. And CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow will throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down and 4. Burrow. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll be taken down at 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow, open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game. Big-time arm. 4.4 speed. So good that another quarterback prospect said to him, what's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. A carry here for Hunt. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Throwing on third down, Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
That catch good for only a couple. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Burrow. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
A nickel look now for the as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the 50, here's Fields. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Pushing his way through and shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, this is great work by a quarterback here. He's doing anything he can to avoid taking a square hit. I admire the way he worked his way through the initial contact and then continued downfield for good yardage.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. On first down, it's Fields. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. On second down, it's Hunt. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Fields now to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he will have the Bears first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw is Fields. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. A shotgun snap, Fields. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Good shot.
10 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Mixon with a first down carry. Broken tackle. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running left, it's Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Roquan Smith drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to pull ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. On 2nd and 9, Fields. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. From the gun, here's Fields. forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. Onto the field now come the Bears. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Fields slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now it's Fields. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. 2nd and 10 now, Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 1st down, here's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And Burrow going to throw again. He will find his man Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a Bengals score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here comes the Bears punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. From midfield now, Burrow. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11. Looking to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Back to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and they'll bring up fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. Working the middle here, that's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Four yards remain for 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Bengals have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had a punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. Oh, good move. Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll find Moreau here. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Evans. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Evans. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. That's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. And here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. McPherson's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting through.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's taken to the 26. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So that'll set the offense back 5, make it 1st and 15. Out of the gun, a give to Evans. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Second and 9. Again, a run with Evans. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Fighting through pressure. And this is going to be incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. 6 there on 1st. Working with a 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joseph Osai just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Bears on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll set up a throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch made, it's Moreau. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This time it's 3rd and 3. This one to Jarwin over the middle. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
In the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.